And this version is the latest one. And I need to pay attention to the road because it's still harassing me about that. And first off, at the stop sign, we were first there, so we were first to go. Nice and quick. I am going to be picking up my kids from a high school which has a lot of kids there, and it's really cumbersome. And to even get to that, to make it even more challenging, I'm gonna drive through a high school up here. This high school has a narrow road, and it's going to be filled with high school kids. And I just want to see how many kids I'm going to run over with the Cybertruck, or maybe it's going to be none. Hopefully it's on full self-driving mode. And here we go. We are close to it already. Okay, so the takeoff from stop is great. It's moving nice and quickly. It's following close enough. This is on standard mode. You can see that the high school kids already out. They just got out, and there's a stop sign up here. Oh Lord, maybe this wasn't the greatest idea there. This stop sign can have a lot of people lined up after it, but maybe we'll get lucky because the grade school hasn't gone out yet, only the high school. And yeah, some looks like some parents are even picking their kids up at this stop because they don't want to get in trouble at this upcoming area, because it's very hard to get in this parking lot. And I'm not going to go in the parking lot, but I'm going to drive right up next to it, and it should be a tough test for full self-driving. So we are just a light away. Here we go. So there is a downturn right here. We're going to go downhill and then uphill, and then it's going to get to a stoplight, and the stoplight is going to narrow down the street even more. So expect e-bikers, expect dirt bike riders. This area is just, that's what high schoolers do these days. They ride all sorts of e-vehicles. Aside from walking, a lot of them are walking. Most of them are walking, and you can see the traffic up there. Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. And I'm cautious about this Cybertruck getting stuck in the middle. Is it going to get stuck? It might. It's already drifting out, and these cars aren't going. What is it doing? It's going to get stuck behind here. And what happens is that the high school kids might just start walking. Okay, we've passed it, and this is a really narrow area. You can see
feet, turn right.
These cars, I mean, they're just going past. They're not stopping, and we are in a narrow area. This is concerning because someone could just open the door and hit us. Never know what these kids be doing. They might think it's a joke hitting this Cybertruck, but the joke's on them. This car is going to thrash their car if they do that. Okay, so we are moving through, and I am going to make sure that we continue on to the next one. I'm going to edit my trip and remove this, and now I'm going to go to my main destination, and the main destination is going to be similar to this as well, except there's going to be a left turn up there, which makes it much more difficult to get in. And here we are at the school. So in case you're wondering, there's no kids that are running into the Cybertruck. I haven't ran anyone over yet, which is great. And we should be out of this messy area. Very narrow, very difficult to get through, and here it opens up, so we should be smooth sailing. Except, what is it going to do? This other Tesla is trying to get out. Is it going to allow it? Nah. No. You're gonna wait. Okay, so there's a stop sign up here, and we should be out of this area soon enough. And the heavy traffic area that went by smoothly. Luckily, we didn't get caught at the light. That's what I was afraid of. Sometimes those kids, they'll start walking across the street. They'll start doing that. And while you're stuck in behind, I just wanted to see what the Cybertruck would do. Maybe we'll get stuck at the next one. So let's head on out of here. There's cars that want to go. Cybertruck is kind of scared and slowed down a bit too much for my liking. However, we are on our way. So even though the speed limit here is 25, we're not getting anywhere close to that. It's just too many people around. So the Cybertruck does get nervous, which it should. I'd be nervous if I was driving around these active teenagers that maybe like that kid up there riding his skateboard really fast. Okay, so almost out of here, almost out. Okay, so up here, stop sign, people are walking through. I want to see if Cybertruck feels like giving the right of way to anyone. There's this kid coming up. Okay, he's going to cross. And are we gonna wait? This girl might make a left. No, she isn't. So we are out of here. Smooth, like a normal human being would be driving. So that was simple. Well, it made it seem simple. It made me nervous, but it seemed simple. Okay, I just don't like this full self-driving around a lot of people. But we're good. Made it through nice and easily. So now I wonder if the Cybertruck is going to try to squeeze up just like how this Hyundai is gonna get honked at. Okay, so it should squeeze through instead of trying to hog up the lanes, and it is. So this is previous versions like 12, you wouldn't see this happen where it would try to squeeze through. It might just wait straight behind this Lexus right here and wait his turn out before making a right turn. But here we are, we're at the front and it's turning on its own. It's all good. Alright, so it'll be a nice quick trip over to the next high school, which is where my kids are. And luckily for that school, it shouldn't be as difficult as this one. I was expecting quite a bit more traffic right here, but we got through nice and quickly. At that next school, let's see. It does get crowded. I mean, it's a school, but I like the streets better over there. And it's not going to feel as congested as this area. Even though it will get congested, it's because it's longer. It's because it has a parking lot that you can turn in to fish your way on out. This school right here didn't have a good way of turning into that parking lot, and it's a smaller parking lot. It's not great. But over at this next school, it should be good. Okay, so we're onwards to a major street right here, and my concern is that it might hit the curb like last time. Has this version improved? See, I'm going to force it to go into the inside lane. I'm going to force it to make that turn because on the other side there is. Okay, so I've overridden it. Now I'm going to force it to make a sharp left turn, which isn't smart, by the way, because we're going to have to make a right turn up again over here. But I want to test out to see if it's overcome its issues. In my previous video, I hit the curb. So just because you're in self-driving mode doesn't mean that you're going to avoid everything. I actually hit the curb, and the Cybertruck has big enough wheels. It's tall enough off the ground that it didn't cause any real damage. However, if you're in the Cybertruck and you want some confidence, you don't want to be hitting a curb. It's just a scary thing to go through, and here we go. And I'm going to give it a little bit of gas because I don't want to miss this light either. I mean, who wants to sit here all day with me?
Left onto Hawthorne Boulevard.
Here we go, here we go. I'm just gonna let go. Here we go. Are we gonna hit the curb again? Has it figured it out? Ooh, that was close. That was so close. No hitting the curb. And right away it knows that it needs to get over. It's going over 2 lanes now. It needs to go over 1 more. It's about to go over right now. You can see on the screen. Let's see if anyone's in the rear. Okay, there is no one in the rear, which is great. I love using this mirror, the digital one. And back to the full screen. All right. Okay, so it should be the next light up. And in this lane, sometimes people speed up behind you, so it's a good idea to pay attention to who's behind you, because up there we're going to have to make a right, so you want to give them enough space to stop and not run into you. Sometimes this truck can stop kind of aggressively, which might surprise people. But it's a red light up there, so that means that we're not going to be approaching this turn with any amount of speed. We'll just be flowing with the traffic, which is not much at this moment. All right, we are moving.
Now turn right onto Del Amo Boulevard.
Sharp right turn, stays on the right lane. Smooth sailing. There's a car behind us to the left. You can see right there. They haven't caught up. And already I see a biking kid. Hopefully that turn up there, we're not going to run into some more biking kids, because they can. I hope they don't confuse the system. They go fast, they go on the curb. I mean, they're on the sidewalks biking really fast, so hopefully we don't see that, because I don't want to test that scenario. It's dangerous, quite frankly, but let's just see how it handles it. We are here, and this turn up here is against 2 lanes, and possibly a bunch of kids that are crossing the street too. So we didn't have to deal with that up there at the previous school, but this school, there are no kids there. Well, none that are crossing the street at the moment. So we just have to make this turn. And this should be quite easy for the Cybertruck. Full self-driving, 13.2.4. And that's it. Here's a car in front of us.
In 500
Might go on too
feet,
far.
turn right.
Okay, so here we go. I just need to go right up here and pull over, and we're good to go. And the car, ooh, stopped for that pedestrian. I didn't even see that kid. Okay, so here we go. Alright, we are good. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching.
Now turn right.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one. Take care.